And here is this game with no label. Let's all leave a comment below of what game you think this is, and in the beginning of the next video we'll show it, and whoever got it right, I will send you something in the mail. Okay, so here we are, May 27, 2018 at 8:48 a.m. Here's the game, here's my setup, and let's boot this thing up. And the game is Resident Evil 2, which is awesome, but unfortunately nobody picked that game. Now this game actually felt really heavy to me, so I thought it was going to be Ken Griffey Jr.'s All-Star Baseball or whatever the hell it's called, or I actually really believed it was going to be Wave Race 64. I can't actually think of anything to do this week for a contest, so I'll definitely have something ready to go for next week. And with that, let's start the video. Alright, so here's the savers that I like to go to. Here's the video game shelf. There's Ncaa Football 13. I'm going to pick this up because I found 14, which is kind of worth a little too much for someone like me who doesn't care about football, and this one's worth pretty much nothing, so I'm going to trade the other one and keep this one. Here's the Wii Sports set. Do not touch this with a 10-foot pole, just stay away from it. I did want this PS2 remote, and I was actually just talking about getting one of these last week, but this doesn't have the receiver. And just remember, as a rule of thumb, if it isn't permanently attached, it's probably lost. There again, just stay away from that Wii Sports set. Here's a Project Gotham 2 soundtrack. Xbox did this with a couple games. This is the hip-hop version, which this reminds me of the Grand Theft Auto soundtrack set, where there was a different soundtrack for each radio station, which was kind of like a different genre of music. It's not really worth anything, but it is pretty cool. Here's the old wall of shame. Just junk. Old stereos. Tons of keyboards. There's someone's old crutches on the ground. Monitors. This is one of the coolest things of the entire video. This is how those two are put there. This is Woody and Buzz. That's actually an original Woody, I think, from 1995. And this is Buzz. He's actually from 2001 and his wings are broken off, but his battery still works. It's just a cool find, especially just seeing them like that together. This is a Magnavox Odyssey set that they had marked for $200. I don't know anything about the Odyssey though, so it wasn't anything that I was going to jump into. Here are two Dorothy Funkos. One is a Dorb and one is a Pop from the Golden Girls, $4 a piece. Pretty cool if it's up your alley. And then here are 5 Skylanders portals. Might as well be boat anchors because they're not moving. Here's a bag for $2 with a train whistle, a book, and a Power Rangers Tiger electronic handheld. As a 90s kid, I have a soft spot for those Tiger handhelds, so I'm going to pick this up and just donate the other stuff on my way out the door. There's a Frogger plug and play. What else we got around here? There's that GameStop Xbox controller. It can still be heard from Mars. And then an EA Sports PS1 controller. That's actually pretty cool. I picked up Ncaa Football 13. That way I can trade the copy of 14 that I found a couple weeks back and just hang on to this one. Here's that Woody doll. This thing is awesome and one of my favorite finds of the video. His pull string works and the voice box still works, so it's actually pretty cool and it's in pretty nice shape. And then here's the Power Rangers Tiger handheld. Again, I just have a soft spot for these things. They're not great, they're definitely fun and they look pretty cool. So this is what I picked up last week at Savers. Okay, so here's pretty much my last trip to Toys R Us before it completely closes, and you can just see everything here is on clearance. I mean, they're even selling the fixtures in this place. Here's the Toys to Life stuff. Toys in general are 50% off. Games are 60% off. I mean, it seems like they're trying to get the stuff out of here, but they're just not trying hard enough because there's so much stock. I mean, look at this. Look at these Disney Infinities. They couldn't sell these for $1 a piece. And here they are just like 50% off of 40. The Nintendo stuff, they'll have a lot easier time clearing out. I mean, people, I think, want that stuff a lot more, but I mean, you can just see how much stuff is here. And on top of all this, there's just more boxes of stock, like on the top of all the shelves. Now, here we have clearance Amiibo. Palutena is down to $2.98. 2 years ago, people would have gouged each other's eyeballs out for those things. When I saw these at $5 below, I really thought that $5 was as low as I was going to see these things. Here are some Amiibo that were actually there. There's Roy, there's Palutena, there's the Japanese Rob, and then Lucas, $5. You can't beat it. You can't beat it? Well, you can beat it, because we're about to scan this Palutena and see what they're selling for it for here. And look at that. $149. I mean, you can't give this thing away anymore. So here's the games. Here's the PS4 section. Duck Dynasty, you know, at 60% off. The unfortunate thing is this stuff's off MSRP, right? So Duck Dynasty for $20 still isn't a good deal, and I beat that game. This is actually pretty cool. The Skylanders Crash and Cortex. You could just see the stock that's here. There's just so much stuff. I don't know who did the ordering for this, but it just seems like the stuff that they have here just nobody wants. Especially the exclusive stuff. See the boxes up top there? Anyway, this is the only thing I ended up picking up. It was $3.50. I got it from my girlfriend. She doesn't do too much with the pop scene, but she has a couple, and you know, she loves aliens, and who doesn't love Ellen Ripley, so thought I'd pick that up. I picked up Overwatch at Best Buy because it was $15 last week. I just thought you guys might want to see what it actually comes with. I really just wanted them to send me the code, but it comes with like a notepad and a box, and here's the DVD for the game. And then over here, I mean, there's a quest pass for, or a guest pass for World of Warcraft, free cards in Hearthstone, a free hero in Heroes. I mean, it's kind of like a whole thing. Like I said, I really just wanted the code though, so I'll be playing this. I'm really excited to start this game. This is a flea market that I've been to quite a bit. This is the indoor one, not one you guys have seen. I'm just trying to show how much kind of it's cleared out here. This place used to be wall-to-wall people, but it's more, I guess, in the spring and summer people are at the outdoor flea markets because this one doesn't get nearly as much foot traffic as the other ones do. You just see that there's just a lot of space. Look at that big Chucky doll. I mean, that's like what nightmares are made of. That is straight up nightmare fuel. And this guy just has a ton of stuffed animals. Look at that Star Wars doll. It's one of the worst Star Wars teddy bears like ever. The print is awful. That thing will give you nightmares. Here's some games back here. I didn't see Wii Sports Resort, otherwise I would have picked it up. Oh, and I didn't even see Guitar Hero 3 down there, otherwise I would have picked that up. So this copy of Slash of Snake Pit. Guns N' Roses is my favorite band of all time. I wanted this tape. She said she wanted $1. I was going to come back on my way out to pick it up, but I forgot about it. And this is just, you know, it's a flea market, so there's just kind of random stuff like this Disney Princess television. Here's another guy who had a nice stack of games. He wanted 5 apiece though. So I had to be kind of picky. That Up game, the Pixar movie, I want to play that. Has anyone ever played that? Is it good? Is it bad? I don't know. I beat the Ratatouille one. I didn't think it was that bad. Here's some Genesis games down here. Quackshot is there, but I already had it. There's a nice selection here. The prices are just a little high, though. I asked him what he'd do for 3, and he said he'd give them to me for 13. So I picked up Lord of the Rings, Lego Lord of the Rings. This is one of the better Lego games. My girlfriend really wanted this game, so I've been looking for it. Simpsons Hit and Run, I beat this on the Xbox. I really, really like this game. It's just really well done. It's just like the tamed down version of Grand Theft Auto. And this Cookie Mama 2-pack you almost never ever see. I've been looking for this forever and I never ever see it. So the guy hooked it up. I've done a lot of business with him before, but he sold me these 3 games here for 13 bucks, so that was cool. Lastly, we have this Craigslist score. I don't score too often on Craigslist, maybe once a month. This was a nice little Game Boy Pocket bundle for 80 bucks. I offered her 60 and she accepted it. There's pretty much 2 Game Boy Pockets here and 8 games, 3 of them being Pokemon games. This is the only picture I have for the entire transaction. So this is the stuff that I used to clean everything up. I showed this in the previous video, the one where I found the barn haul. That's 50% rubbing alcohol. You're really going to want higher than that, but that's what I had here. This is a tri-wing screwdriver that you're going to have to use if you're going to want to open up the Game Boys or Game Boy Advance games. And then there's a security bit driver you're going to need to open up the Game Boy games. So in total, this lot came with 8 games: Final Fantasy Legend 3, Snoopy's Magic Show, Batman Return of the Joker, Pokemon Red, Pokemon Yellow, Pokemon Blue with a ripped label, also Killer Instinct and Road Rash. There were 2 Game Boy Pockets, this blue one, which doesn't have its back battery cover and does have a blemish on the screen, and then also came with the silver one up here, which does have its battery cover. These are 2 different models because the blue one has the power indicator light and the silver one doesn't. There's 4 plastic cases, a game carry bag, 2 AAA batteries, and a Pokemon Trainer's Guide. Nice way to round out the week. What have you guys picked up this week? What are you listening to? What are you reading? Thanks for watching, and as always, stay nerdy.
Getting your nerd on, getting your nerd on, getting your nerd on.
I got a raging nerd on.